this okay, so this is something that you will get used to it, because I've been trying to do this with other students also. ఏమవుతుందంటే డిస్కస్ చేసింది రికార్డ్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు తర్వాత చూసుకొని అర్థం కాకపోతే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగడము, రివ్యూ చేసుకోవడానికి ఈజీ అవుతుంది అనమాట. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ వై ఐ థాట్ రికార్డ్ చేసేస్తాను. అండ్ అనదర్ థింగ్, నాకు కూడా యూట్యూబ్ లో కంటెంట్ పెట్టడానికి opportunity ante. That is another you can say selfish goal. Variable or two variables. Okay, okay, so I'll show you the first question. So this is your first question. Okay, so I'll pause for a minute or so, you try, and then we'll discuss. Okay, so what is the answer here?
I'm hoping it's correct. I got 15.
Very good. So what did you do here?
First 13 is answer, then tarvata divided by 3.
Very good. Okay, so 13 pieces there, so 3x, and then if you remove 13 from both sides, you get 45, and then you can divide both sides. So 45 by 3, so 15. Okay, very good. That's nice. Okay, so try this one. Okay, so when you say you understood, at the same time you did not understand, okay, you can ask me questions. So what is that you did not understand?
Like the overall concept of the question of LHS ardham kale sir.
Okay, LHS ardham kale. Okay, so now here you see these 3 dots. Okay, what does it mean? They're called ellipses. I think they're called like that, ellipses. That means you have something continuing, because there are many numbers. Sometimes we don't wish to write all of them. Okay, but it just tells us that there are many numbers with some pattern. So what kind of pattern do you see here? You have 3. Okay, and then after that you have 5, and then you have 7. What do you think you should get after that, after 7x?
9x, odd numbers plus
9x. 2. Okay, very good. So you get those odd numbers, right? And then if I take this x also to the left hand side, I will have x plus 3x plus 5x plus 7x and so on till 23x. Now, can you identify how many? You can add all these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how can you add this? There is an easy way to do that. See here, if you observe 1 plus 3, okay, so the sum of first 2 odd numbers is 4, which is 2 square, right? So that means the sum of first 2 odd numbers is 2 square. Now, if you look at the first 3 odd numbers, 1 plus 3 plus 5, what do you get here?
3 square.
3 square. Okay. Now you can quickly add them. How many odd numbers are there here?
22.
Are you sure? Are you sure there are 22 odd numbers?
Where's 23?
That is 23 as an odd number, but do you think there are 23 odd numbers there? Think again. Let's say 1 and 2, 1 and 3, suppose. How many odd numbers are there?
1 and 3, 2.
2, 1, 3 and 5?
3.
But not 5, right? So if you have 1, 3, 5, 7, 23, how many odd numbers are there? Think.
21?
No. Okay, let me do one thing, okay? In between these odd numbers, there are even numbers, right? Which are missing.
Yeah.
So if I write down those even numbers, let's say, let me write it here, 2, 4, and so on till 22. How many numbers are those? How many even numbers are these? How do you get them?
+2.
Okay. So first even number is 2, second even number is 4. So you can write 2 into 1 here, and then 2 into 2, and so on. You can write 22 as 2 into 11. So that means how many even numbers are they? 11, right?
Yeah.
So that means, can you see how many odd numbers are these?
Odd numbers me.
How many odd numbers? But look, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, how many terms are these?
23 terms.
Pretty sure 23 terms. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, let's go slowly. If I look at the first term, let me call that T1. Okay, I have 1, right? In the second term, I have 3, right? So maybe I can write this as let's say 2 multiplied by 1 plus 1. I can write that. So this I can write it as 1, or let's say I write 2 into 0. I'm trying to get a pattern here. Plus 1.
Are there 11 terms?
11 terms. You get the idea? So
Yes.
now, if the sum of first 2 odd numbers is 2 square, sum of 3 odd numbers is 3 square, sum of first 11 odd numbers will be how much?
11 square.
Very good. So the left hand side will become 11 square, which is 121x. And that is equal to 363. Right?
Yes.
So how much is x here?
I'm trying to divide.
363 divided by 121. How much is this? 3.
Yeah.
You understood this problem?
Yeah, I understand, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I know this is little harder than the previous one. But yeah, I think this is just to see how you are doing. Okay. So depending on this, I'll try to adjust the next class. Okay. Okay. So you're okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now try this one. Okay. So what answers are you getting?
I got x as 75 by y and y as 75 by x. Sorry, 35. 35 by y, 35 by x.
No, you should get numbers, right, for x and y. You're not trying to write x in terms of y or y in terms of x. You're trying to find the values of x and y which will satisfy these two equations. Okay, so these are called two, let's say, simultaneous equations in two variables. You know how to solve them?
No, sir.
Okay, so we'll do one thing. We'll try to learn how to solve them. Okay. Now there are various methods here. One is an elimination method. Because you have two variables, when you actually use elimination method, you try to eliminate one of the variables. Okay, so let's say I have 3x plus 4y equal to 18. If I want to eliminate x, okay, in both the equations, I'll try to make the coefficient of x, the number which is by the side of x, coefficient of x, I'll try to make it equal so that I can eliminate it. So what do? If I look at the first equation, I have 3 as the coefficient of x. In the second equation, I have 4. So in this elimination method, what you do is you try to multiply the first equation with the coefficient of x that you see in the second equation. So this is 4 here. So you take this 4 and then multiply the first equation. So what do you get? The first equation will become 12x, 4 into 4, 16y, and then 4 into 18, that's 72. And you do the same thing for the second equation. but the second equation is getting multiplied with the coefficient of x that you see in the first equation. So that is 3 here. So 3 into 4, so 12x plus 9y. Then 3 into 17 is 51. Now, do you see you have 12 and then 12? So if you subtract these two equations, what will happen? 12 minus 12, that disappears. And then you will end up having 16 minus 9. So that is 7y. And the right hand side, I have 72 minus 51. So what is that? That is 21. So from here, what do you get y as? 21 by 7, you get 3. Now you take this 3 and then substitute in one of the equations to get the value of x. Suppose if I substitute in the first equation. So 3x plus 4 into 3, that is 12, is 18. So 3x, now if I send 12 to the other side, that becomes minus 12. So 18 minus 12 is 6. So x is 6 by 3. So that is 2. Okay, so this is one way to solve. Okay, and then what you can do is once you get the values, you can also substitute the values in the other equation just to verify that your answer is correct. Okay, so if you do that, just a verification step. So 4 into 3, so that's 12. And then 3 into 2, that is 6. Sorry, I think I did not do it correctly, right? What is x? X is 2. So 4 into 2 is 8. And then y is 3. So 3 into 3, 9. So we get 17. So our answer is correct. You understand this?
Yes, sir.
So this is your elimination method. Okay. And another thing that you can really do is that's called a substitution, but that's not very interesting actually. But you can do that. I mean, it is in a way a little like this. But what you do is you literally take x or y and then substitute in the second equation. Let's say the first equation I'm modifying. Okay, I'm writing 4y as 18 minus 3x. So what is y here? Y is 18 minus 3x by 4. I take this and then substitute in the second equation. So I have 4x plus 3 into 18 minus 3x by 4 is 17. Now here, if you look at the first term and the second term, in the first term, you just have 4x. There's nothing in the denominator. So you can always assume 1, right? And then 1 and 4. So the LCM is 4. So you can change. I think you're okay with these kind of manipulations, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
4 into 4, 16x. And this is 54. 3, you distribute it. So 3 into 3, 9. So minus 9x is 17. So 16 minus 9, so that is 7x plus 54. 17 into 4 is how much, beta? How much is 17 into 4? Quickly.
78.
78 or anything else?
Sorry, 68.
68. Very good. So now we have 7x is 68 minus 54. So you have 14. So x is 14 by 7. You get 2. So you will get exactly the same answer. It's just that a slightly different approach. And then you take this x and then substitute in one of the equations and then get the value of y. You understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And one more method that you can use in this particular case is if you closely look at the equations, the coefficients are in a particular pattern. Okay. In the first equation, the coefficient of x is the coefficient of y in the second equation. Similarly, the coefficient of y in the first equation is the coefficient of x in the second equation. If such a thing happens, what you can do is first you just add the equations. if you add equations, what do you get? Left hand side you get 7x
plus 7y.
7y, and the right hand side 18 plus 17 will be 35. So you simplify this. So you'll get x plus y is 5. You just keep that as one of the equations, and then you subtract. Okay, you subtract maybe one of first equation minus second equation, or the other way around. Okay, 3x minus 4x is minus x. 4y minus 3y is y plus y, and then 18 minus 17 is 1. Now this is your second equation. Now whenever you have the coefficients in this pattern, when you add and subtract, you are going to get x plus y and x minus y, or y minus x. Very simple, right? Here now you can easily look at them. If you add these two, what do you get? You get straight away x disappears, and then you get 2y as 6, and then y will be 6 by 2, 3, and then you substitute in one of the equations, and then you get x as 2. You understand these three approaches?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll pause here for a minute. Let me know if you have questions.
No questions. నేను తీసుకున్న అప్రోచ్ నేను లాస్ట్ మెథడ్ కి యాడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత x in terms of y, y in terms of x చేశాను.
సో యా, అక్కడ నుంచి సాల్వ్ చేస్తే సరిపోయేది. ఎస్, ఓకే.
Yes, sir.
So
Excuse me.
Okay, so you want to try this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what answers are you getting?
I didn't verify, but I got y as minus 11 and x as minus 2.
Okay. Can you verify and then see? Just substitute them in one of the equations and then see if the left-hand side is matching with the right-hand side.
Yes, sir.
Okay, check. Okay, so Sidhu, let's talk about it. Okay. See, in this case, the coefficients of y values are smaller. The numbers are small, so it's easy to eliminate y here. Okay, so if you look at the second equation, what do you have? You have 1y, right? The first equation we have 2y minus 2y. So what I'll do is I'll try to make the coefficient of y2. So to do that, I just have to multiply the second equation with 2. So what do you get? 2 into 3, 6x plus 2y will be 10. You're okay?
6x
plus 2y equal to 10. I'm multiplying the second equation with 2.
Oh, yeah.
Now what can I do? I'll just take these two equations and then add them. Okay, if I add, what do I get? This minus 2y plus 2y, that disappears. You see that?
Yes.
And then 5x plus 6x will be 11x. And
Yes.
the right hand side 12 plus 10 is 22. So now you're done. X is 22 by 11. So that is 2. So once you get x, you can substitute in one of the equations. So let's say I substitute here. So 3 into 2, 6 plus y is 5. So y will be 5 minus 6. So this gives us y as minus 1. Now, to be sure that our answer is correct, what you can do is, because I have substituted in the second equation, I'll try to use the first equation for verification. Okay, so I have 5x minus 2y on the left hand side, right? So that should become 12. So 5 into 2 minus 2 into minus 1. So 5 into 2 is 10. Minus and 2 minus will be plus. So it will be plus 2. And then you get 12. So verified. It matches the number that we have on the right hand side. You're okay?
సో నాకు ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది కానీ నేను సిల్లీ మిస్టేక్ చేశాను, ప్లస్ మైనస్ పెట్టలేదు.
అక్కడ పేషెన్స్, ప్రాక్టీస్ అండ్ పేషెన్స్.
మ్యాథ్ అంతా పోయింది అది.
అరే టెన్షన్ లేదు. So you're writing next year, right? SAT.
Yes, sir.
So you have a lot of time. Okay. Okay. So let's try this. Okay. So try this one. Okay. So what we can do is let's write now. Let's say now represents the current ages of Anand and Bhuvan. Maybe we can just use their starting letter to give the, let's say Anand's age is A, and then Bhuvan's age is B. Okay, we're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
So let's say the variables for ages. Okay, and 12 years ago, sorry, 12 years ago. And Anand will be A minus 12 years old.
Yes.
And Bhuvan will be B minus 12 years old. And then the given information says that Anand was twice as old as Bhuvan. So we can say A minus 12 is 2 times B minus 12. So we get A minus 12 as 2B minus 24. So A, I think it's up to you. I mean, you want to bring 24 to the left hand side or 12 to the other side. I'm going to bring that 24 to the left hand side. It will be plus 24. So plus 12 will become 2B. Now Anand is 48 years old now. So A is 48, right? So if A is 48, then if I substitute here, 48 plus 12 is 2B. So 48 plus 12 is 60 is 2B. So how old is Bhuvan now? 60 by 2, 30. So that the current ages are Anand is 48 and then Bhuvan is 30. Now, how many years ago was the sum of their ages 60, right? So what do? You just assume that you are going X years ago, right? So X years ago, okay, X years ago, the bad spelling, X years ago, Anand will be 48 minus X, right? And then Bhuvan's age will be 30 minus X. Now, if I add these two numbers, 48 minus X plus 30 minus X, what is expected? 60. Now, 48 plus 30 is 78 minus X minus, sorry, X minus X or X plus X, 2X, it is 60. So 2X, I'll take it to the right side. 78 minus 60 is 2X. So how much is this? 78 minus 60, 18 is 2X. So X will be 18 by 2. So this should give you 9 years. So 9 years ago, their ages, the sum of their ages was 60. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So these type of questions are important for you because here they're not giving you like explicitly a direct equation and then asking you to solve. They're giving a situation. You need to read, understand, convert English to equations, and then solve them and then answer the question. Okay, so this is something that you should get practice on.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
yeah. Okay, so questions here? You're okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so try this one. Okay, so what is your answer?
I got 42.
Okay, very good. I think that is correct. Okay, so very nice. So anyway, for the sake of completeness, we'll discuss this. So what you can do is Peter's age, maybe P represents Peter's age, and then S represents his son's age. And then these are the ages now. Okay, so these are ages now. the problem says after 16 years, Peter's age will be 4 years more than twice his son's age. So you can move 16 years ahead. So Peter will be how old? P plus 16, and then his son will be how old? S plus 16, and then if you take twice of that, 2 times, and then if you add 4 to that, you will get Peter's age. Okay, so that is how we are converting this English sentence into equation. Okay. Okay, so then what do you have here? Sorry. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, this is PPT. So whatever I write will disappear. So I have to write again. So P and then S. So 16 years. I have to be careful. 16 years ahead. But you can say after 16 years. So we have, what do we have? P plus 16 is 2 times S plus 16 plus 4. So what equation do we get here? P, and then, what is happening? Why am I had to be careful. So
Let's
sorry.
make this in a steps, Chapana.
So you understood, right? So I think I'll skip
Yes, sir.
this. Okay. I'll skip. Okay, so try this. Maybe next time I will not use PPT. I'll use some other document. So try this one. Or maybe there might be some settings which I can do so that I can actually retain what I write on PPT. I'll check the settings. Okay, so try this one. This is our last problem. See, what we can do is, this is what is given, right? So, I mean, let's just manipulate the left-hand side first. Okay, so I have 1 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 1 plus x. Okay, now start from here. Let's say I'll put a bracket around this. So I have 1 by 1 plus x, right? So here I don't have anything, so I can write it as 1 by 1. Now, if you take a look at these two, let's say, okay, so if you take a look at these two, I have 1 here, I have 1 plus x here. So I can take an LCM of 1 plus x, right? So I can take 1 plus x LCM. So I'm trying to modify this, okay? So it will be 1 by 1 plus, I have not changed anything else. I'll have 1 by, so LCM is 1 plus x. And then I have 1 plus x gets divided by 1. So I'll get 1 plus x. That gets multiplied with 1. So I'll get 1 plus x. And if you divide 1 plus x by 1 plus x, you'll get 1, right? So 1 into 1, you'll just get 1. You're okay? Now you have a fraction here, right? Some kind of a by b. So you know, you can write 1 by a by b as b by a. You can flip it. You're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Right? So what we can do is 1 by, so this gets flipped. So I'll get 1 plus x divided by 2 plus x. Now you repeat the process. So here again, I don't have anything in the denominator, so I'll assume 1. Okay, 1 by 1. So here 2 plus x will be the LCM. And then what do we have? 2 plus x. Oh, but by the way, 1 is also there, up plus 1 plus x. Now it gets flipped. So 2 plus x goes upstairs. So 2 plus x by this will be 3 plus 2x. You're okay so far?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, now you can equate this to the right hand side, and then you can cross multiply and then solve the equation. Okay, so let's say if I cross multiply, what do I get? 19 into 2 plus x will be 11 into 3 plus 2x. So you have 38 if I distribute it, and then 19x. This will be 33 plus, I think, what do we have? 22x. So I think 38 minus 33. So that is 5. 22 minus 19 is 3x. So x will come out to be low on battery 5 by 3. But let's check if we have done it okay or not. Okay. So starting, okay, what do I have? 1. Let's check from the beginning. Okay. So
Sir,
I have 1. Yeah.
Before we continue, since you flipped in the LHS, do you have to also flip in the RHS, right?
No, you don't have to, right? You're just trying to manipulate so that you get a simple fraction, something by something on the left hand side. You don't have to do anything on the right hand side, right? You're writing this 1 by 1 plus something. So you are trying to write this as this expression, right? So 1 plus x is the LCM here for this sum of these two fractions. Okay, so 1 plus this. You understand?
Yes.
Sidhu? And then that becomes 1 plus x plus 1 divided by 1 plus x. Now here it is like 1 by some number by some other number. It's like a by b. So that will become b will go upstairs and then a will be here. So it gets flipped, right? So that is why I have 1 plus x here, and then this 2 plus x is here. And again, if you see here, I'm adding these two, right? So when I add these two, I'm trying to do the same thing again. Okay, I have 1 by 2 plus x is the LCM. So you'll get 2 plus x plus 1 plus x. And then I'm taking upstairs. You understand?
Understood, sir.
And then you solve and then you get it. I think my answer at the end is wrong. I think this is okay. This is correct. Okay. Okay, I think, yeah, we can stop here. Okay, beta. So I think we will try to do maybe in the middle of the week one more session. Okay.
Yes, sir. So sorry. Now math is in the practice.